Hey everybody. Well, I clearly need to fix my intro music because I see the graphic was really small. So, yeah, I made sure I checked the sound before we actually started because I know I had some problems with that in one of my impromptu videos. So, hopefully, the sound is working. If somebody can just give me a thumbs up or a check just to make sure we know that the volume is coming through. Shows that my mic is working, so I think I'm good. So if somebody can just let me know while I say my hellos. I see Suzanne, you and I have been chatting here. And I see Frida as well. Hello, hello, welcome. So is my volume and is my video coming through? Um, Apologize for the little clip here. I'm growing my bangs out, and we all know what a transition bangs can be, right? So I'll be sporting the little clip for a while because I'm growing out my bangs. So yeah, hey Jeannie, nice to see you. I actually have something planned today. I've been working on my new kit. For those of you that know, I do have a Patreon group, and I do a new kit every month for them, and that is what I've been working on. So I'm going to give you guys a sneak peek of the new kit that's coming out next month. Um, and for those of you that are not familiar with my Patreon subscription, let me go ahead and introduce you to it. So I have three levels. I have the creator membership, and then I have the backstage pass, and then I also have the fan membership. And the creator membership is where you get the monthly kit. So I have a kit of the month, and then I do some videos on those as well, and a few other perks. I haven't been doing a lot of videos. I've been doing most lives, just because work's been really, really busy. But when I do have videos, and I do have a couple coming out, you guys get first view at those. And that's my Patreon, and it's only $5 a month. It's actually pretty good because my kits typically are anywhere between $5.50 and $7.50, I want to say. So you get a kit of the month, along with some other perks. And then my backstage pass, of course, is where you get access to everything that I have. You get to get in all of my files, and that is a yearly subscription. And then my fan membership is just a way for you to help support my channel for only $3 a month. So there's lots of ways that you can help support me and my YouTube adventure. Sometimes it feels like it's an adventure. But I try to give you guys good content, and of course, share with you some of my little secrets along the way. And if you are a Patreon, you also get discounts on my classes. I do have a class coming up early next month, which is our vintage map class. The Harmony book. Yes, Robin, I'm glad that you got your stuff. So Robin is a vintage lover like I am, and she buys some of my vintage items that I have for sale. So if you are, let me get back to my Patreon. If you are a Patreon member, you also get discounts on my classes. So that's just another perk that you have. So if it does behoove you, I would love for you to join my membership, and become part of the elite. All right, so let's talk about what we're going to do today. So we are going to get a sneak peek of the new kit that's coming out next month. I have been working on it diligently. And one of the things that I've decided that I want to start doing is to try to come up with some physical kits as well to go along with my digital kits. I know not everybody has a really good printer. So one of the things that I'm going to do, and not on all of them, just on some of them, I'm going to do some physical kits. And I do have two sneak peek kits, in my shop right now, and I'm going to be sharing those with you in a minute. And those are my prototypes. Usually when I am creating a new kit, I print out as I go along to make sure the quality is good and to play with it a little bit. So you're going to get a sneak peek on that. And I do have 2 of these kits in the shop right now. So if you want to be among the first before they're even released, you can go grab them, and I'll share those with you. So let's see who else has joined. I saw, of course, Robin, you and I have been chit-chatting. And let's go ahead and transition down, and we can get going. So dinner is already on the stove. We're having corned beef and cabbage. We are a little early for our St. Patty's Day celebration, but my husband, when we were talking about what was for dinner, he's like, let's have corned beef and cabbage. And I'm like, well, that sounds good to me. So that's what we're having for dinner, and it's already in the crock pot. And I even made some homemade bread to go along with it. So that's ready to get popped in the oven. I see Cordelia and Rhonda have joined. Hello, hello. Nice to see you. So before we get too far into what we're going to do today, I wanted to go ahead and share with you my progression on my journal. So we have been creating a Titanic themed journal, and we started this a couple Saturdays ago, if you recall, where I shared with you my golden age of steamships. Is that what I called it? My kit. And we started creating, and I put together this little journal, and I've been adding to it. So as you can see, it's getting very bulky, and it will go up for sale once I'm finished with it. And I even have a little pocket where I'm going to put extra ephemera in here. I'm thinking about leaving a few of the pages blank, so for the person that buys it can create a couple of their own pages with the ephemera. Do you think that's a good idea? Let me know what you think about that. And I'll do a full flip through when I'm done. But I wanted to share with you my latest item here. So this is a tag. Right now I'm working on items that can come out of the book. So this is a tag that I created, and let me go ahead and walk you through. So lots and lots of items. So I've got the vintage suitcases here. I've got the hats, and then of course I've got the gent. I have a coat room check here, T for Titanic, but of course we all know that means T for Tim. And then I have some Brads here and the Titanic logo. And he's in his spiffy little suit. So I decided to go ahead and create this pull-out tag to go inside my journal. And I'm going to be creating a few more pull-outs for this before I actually put it up for sale. So it will be up for sale. I haven't decided how much I'm going to charge yet. Depends on how much I have in it. Been enjoying making the items, and I've shared with you a lot of times. I don't keep a lot of what I make, only because my journey and my passion, I should say my passion is the journey, not necessarily the finished product. I love creating just for the joy of creating, but I don't necessarily keep all my items. And my finished items are what help me support the next round of supplies that I buy. So we all saw that Tim came out with his new ideology, so that's going to put me back a few bucks. But some of these makes and my Patreon and all that help me to buy the new items that are released so I can share them with you and give you ideas. So just wanted to show you where I'm at with this. And like I said, I'll do once it's completely finished, I'll do a full walkthrough of it. But I just wanted to share with you where I was at on that. All right. So let's get down to what I'm going to do today. So I think last week I shared with you this book called, it's a catalog of linotype and monotype typefaces. And this was my inspiration for my kit next month. And it's going to be the typesetter is what it's going to be called. And this is some of the stuff you're going to see in it. So this is one of the ephemera sheets. I've already started playing with it. And these are some of the envelopes, and I'm going to show you how I made these envelopes today. We're actually going to make a couple of these. So I was playing with some of my thrift store paper. And the paper that I'm using for these is something I got at Goodwill, and it's just tracing paper, just simple tracing paper. And then the paper that I'm using for the inside is just this newsprint drawing paper. It is rough. It does have like a vintage look to it, which is why I like it. So whenever I see paper or art supplies at the thrift store, I'm always jumping on them. So this is what I've created. So let me show you. I kind of alluded to the fact that I have 2 physical kits in the shop right now, and these are the 2 kits that I have. I am going to make more of them, but these are all handmade and hand curated by me. So let me show you what's in these kits, because there's only 2 of them out there right now. Let's just go ahead and dump it out. So this is printed. This is one of the sheets actually in the kit that's coming out, and then I added some remnant rubs to them. And then this paper I put in here, and these are going to be great for card making. And I printed it on that newsprint drawing paper, which makes it look really old. So you get 1, 2, isn't that awesome? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 pieces in this kit. And then I cut out some of these cogs, or what are these called? Gears. I have 6 of these because I thought they kind of went with the whole design. So if you're making a card, you know, you can use the gears. And then I have all these wonderful stickers in here also. So you're going to get 2 of each of these designs. Some of the bigger stickers didn't fit in my little envelope, and you're getting a little envelope with all this stuff. So you're going to get lots of ephemera. It's kind of a black and white kit, sorta. And you're getting stickers. You're getting gummed ephemera. So all sorts of stuff. And these are going to be, I want to make some more of these, but I have 2 of them in the shop right now. So if you want to be the first to grab these, there are 2 of them out there. And there will be more, but not till next month when I actually do the official release. But these are my prototypes, so I thought I would go ahead and put them out there for you. So I think it's going to be a really cool kit. For those of you that don't necessarily like to buy digitals, you know, you're more of the physical type of crafter. And you get this really cool envelope, which I'm going to show you how to make today. But it's just a really addition to some of the kits. I won't be doing it with all of my kits, just the ones that I think I can make something really cool. And when I started playing and printing on this tracing paper, I just loved the results I was getting, so I decided to create a kit. And there you go. So some really great ephemera pieces to create some fun projects. So like I said, these 2 are in the shop right now, and then next month, hopefully, if I can get some more made, because I make these by hand, y'all. I cut them, I print them, I do everything. So if I can get a few out there, I was gonna make them for my Instagram sale, but I'll put them in the shop first if you guys are interested. So like I said, there's 2 of them out there right now if you're interested. All right, so we're going to work with that tracing paper. So let me show you what we're gonna do. So this is the tracing paper, and it comes in the bigger sheets. and I got it at the thrift store, but I'm sure you can find it elsewhere. And then what I did is I cut it down to create these envelopes. And the reason that I created these envelopes is because I had, trying to use up my stash, I had these, I don't even know what these are, these see-through plastic frames from K & Company, and I didn't know what to do with them. So I decided to, and I think, you know what, I think Tim's coming out with some of these in his new release, if I recall. But I decided to go ahead and make cute little envelopes that I thought could go into, like, you know, junk journals or whatever. So it is a working envelope, but it just has a really, really pretty design. So let me show you how I did this. So all it was cutting it down. So I cut it down, and it makes a, let's see, 4.5 by 7.5-ish envelope. So what I did is I just basically cut it down and scored it. So when you have your paper, you're going to score. Well, your first score line is going to be at, I don't know what this is. This is about, it's a little, one tick over from a half. You could probably go a half as well. So a 1/2 inch for your fold, which is where your glue is going to go. And then folded, it's going to be at your the mark, well, I'll just say it's the 4 3/4 mark is where you're going to score it. All right. And then once you get that done, then you're going to score at 3/4 inch for your bottom. And then the top is going to be at 1.5. And then you're just going to cut it. So, you know, you're going to end up with paper that's scored here and here, and then you're just going to cut it. So I kind of did this ahead of time, so that way we won't spend time cutting and tracing. But I kind of wanted to just show you what this looks like. And then I wanted to give you a couple of tips as far as how to round these corners. Because if you try to just round the corner with this really thin paper, sometimes it doesn't go through. But a trick that I use is if you get something heavy, like heavy cardstock, and actually use it as a base. Well, let's glue this first, and then I'll show you. So let me just add my glue. My glue is not been cooperating. I got to go back to Joann's. Got with a 40% off coupon to get some more of this glue. But let me go ahead and glue this shut really quick. And that was not right. Hold on. That is not correct. Let's give that a minute to dry. And while that dries, because that's not where I wanted my glue, if you don't have the tracing paper, one thing you could use is parchment paper. So when I was getting ready to go live, I thought, well, what if people don't have tracing paper? A lot of us have parchment paper, and you can get this in your baking section. But the parchment paper is similar to the tracing paper, and I think you can probably make these envelopes out of parchment paper. So if you want to try this, go to your grocer and you can get your parchment paper there. All right, let me try this again. All right. So where you want this glue is on the inside, not where I put it initially. So So I'm just moving that. All right, so let's try this again. Okay, so I am once again adding my glue. That is getting kind of hard to use. All right. And then lining it up as best I can. All right, and then that's what's going to create your pocket. All right. And then once you have that glued, this is the trick I wanted to show you. So get some heavy cardstock to kind of help with the punch. And then that way, when you go to round your corner, it has something to grab onto. And it just helps, because if you don't have heavy cardstock, what happens is it doesn't want to round your corner. So if you just have a base to go along with it, it will help to round your corner. So just a little tip on that. And then you want to do it on both sides. Okay. All right. And then, hi Melody. Yeah, I'm not sure where Jim is today. He's missing in action. I should text him, because he's great about texting me when I'm late. And I should text him and say, where are you? All right, so once you have your corners rounded, then you want to go ahead and glue this. And again, if you don't have the tracing paper, I think parchment paper, which is what you could get in your baking area of your grocer. This is about the same feel and consistency of parchment paper, which I think would work great to make some envelopes. And I am going to try that. But right now I'm using tracing paper. All right. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and fold that. And then we're ready to decorate it. So this is what we're doing today. And I have all of these just really pretty frames that I've had in my stash forever. And I thought we would go ahead and make some envelopes, because I really didn't want to destash them. They're too pretty. And I thought with spring coming, these would be really pretty. And then I had the idea of sticking my portrait people in there, which I thought worked pretty well. Okay, so let's see. Where are my portrait people? All right, so I think this has some plastic. I didn't even know it had this plastic coating. Let's see if I can figure this out. Maybe it's not supposed to come off. I know when I was playing with one of them, it was kind of coming off, and I'm like, oh, I didn't know that was there. Let's see. I don't even think you need to pull it off, to be honest with you. I'm going to go ahead and just glue it like this. I don't think we need this anymore. So let's see. So I'm going to go ahead and use my glue. I think you could probably use any type of glue, maybe Distress Collage Medium as well. So I think any would do. All right, so just going to, and I'm only going to put the glue around the edges. Because I want to be able to tuck things inside and around. Let's see. It probably made more sense to put my person in first, but you know, that's not the way I roll. All right, so let's just kind of eyeball this here. That's pretty good, I think, right? And then we probably should stick a little glue underneath. I always, when I'm just crafting, I don't usually go the most efficient way because I make it up as I go along. But we'll just stick a little bit of glue underneath to make sure she doesn't move. But I like it. What do you guys think? And then I had, see, and this is why my husband doesn't get it. I have all these craft items on my desk, and this came together by just things on my desk, and I'm like, oh, that would look nice. That would look good. And little by little, I came up with that. So these were sitting on my desk. I got these at Hobby Lobby, and I decided, well, wouldn't those be kind of fun to add on? So that's what I did. So let's see. So I think I used these at the bottom. So let's just kind of keep with that theme, right? Let's see. Or on the side if I wanted. I mean, there's a lot of ways I can go. Maybe I'll go on the side with this one. And the sticker helps to keep her in place as well, which is kind of nice. And then I think, let's see, I think I want something like around at the bottom to maybe just frame her a little bit. That's really pretty. And then you can add, you know, things on top as well. I have these little, I don't know, they're like plastic, I guess. And again, I'm just using my stash. So I have these that I thought I would also add on. 2 hearts, peace, reach, joy, time. I don't know, just something as an addition. I mean, maybe this one can go here. It says time. I don't really want to crowd her, but I like the little extra, and again, it helps to kind of hold things in place. And then if you want to add extra ephemera, because we all know I love my ephemera, right? You can do that as well. So let's see. I think I have my spring ephemera somewhere around here. want it to be small though, you know, not the snippets. Not anything really, really big, I don't think. I even have this cute little button. I mean, you can really do anything. I was just digging in my stash, and I thought I saw a pink button in here. Yeah, there it is. Look at that. So I could add like a little pink button. That's pretty, huh? What if she had a button in her hat? No, I don't like it. Just a little button. Why? I don't know. But, I mean, why anything, right? It's going to go right there. Because I can. And because I like it. Maybe not right there because that's not working. I'm going to put it... I like it there, though. See, because it has the pop-up dots, that didn't really work. I'm going to put it right there, though. And then, ephemera. So I'm looking for my little snippets. They're around here somewhere. Let's see. Snippety snip snips. I have so much ephemera, y'all. All right, maybe these are my small ones. Let's see what we got in here. Let's see. So you could put, I don't know, I mean, you could put little pieces. I'm not going to use that necessarily. But you guys get what I'm saying, right? I mean, you can add, you know, little postage stamps if you wanted to. And this gives me an opportunity to use my tonic perforator. And then that kind of comes off like a stamp. I like that. All right, so I think I might just put like a stamp there. Maybe a price tag. Yeah. Oh, you know what? I have, that's not a price tag. I have this one, but I don't know if I want to use black and white, right? I mean, that might work. Let's see. I don't know if I like the black though. I'm looking for just small snippets of ephemera. But you get the idea. You guys get what I'm doing here. All right. I could do that. Do we like the price tag better? You might like, do you like the price tag better than the stamp, do you think? I mean, you can tuck these in too. Let's see. Maybe that could go like right there. I don't know. I kind of want something up here, I think. I think I'm going to go with the postage stamp because it has the red theme. But yeah, if I wasn't on camera, I probably would be a little bit more, specific, I guess, about what I'm using. I probably would lay it out first, but I'm just kind of grabbing at things. But I just wanted to share with you this idea that I have. And like I said, I think Tim is coming out with stuff like this. So if he does, you know, I'll be making another video. But all right, so let's just put that right there. And then that's kind of it, you guys. So just really easy to make. I didn't want to toss these because they're so pretty. But I wanted to show you my idea. And then I probably will be putting ephemera in here. And using these as mailers to go along with some of my kits, maybe. But just really, really pretty. And I just think they're gorgeous. I might actually sell them on Instagram too. I don't know yet. But I have several more of these. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I've got 6 more of these that I'm going to use. So I'll be making 6 more envelopes. Kind of this style, but just really, really cute. All right, so let me show you, now that we got this done, let me show you, oh, you know what would be cute too? Let's look at these. Look at these little Easter bunny ones I have. So I have these. Okay, we're going to just play a minute here. I've got these. And again, these were just kind of in my ephemera pack. Oh, there it is. She needs a bee in her bonnet. That would be cute. I just saw that comment. All right, so I've got these Easter rabbits. So instead of, I don't know, maybe on the next one that I make, instead of the portraits, maybe I'll do one with Easter bunnies. What do you guys think of that? That's kind of pretty, huh? Got a few of these. And these are actually 3D poppers. So 3D poppers. So what you do is you pop these up to create 3D elements. And then maybe I'll stick it in here. I might do that for one of them. Where did I find what? These? If you're asking about these, Melody, these I got at Tuesday morning years ago. Probably on discount. I don't even know if KC Company even has these anymore. But this is just stuff in my stash that I'm trying to use. So I think I might make one with an Easter bunny because these envelopes 100% will go for sale. I don't keep anything I make. I just don't. It's, to me, the joy is the make, not necessarily the keep. And I have enough vintage items in my craft room that I cannot keep everything. My husband says I have too much to begin with. I just destashed a whole box of wooden stamps that I no longer use. So somebody at Goodwill is going to get some nice wooden stamps. But yeah, so this was one of my ideas. And like I said, if you don't have this tracing paper, parchment paper is about the same texture and consistency of this tracing paper, and I think you probably can use parchment paper. I mean, it's still rolled because it was in my kitchen, but I think you can use parchment paper to make these cute little envelopes as well. And I'll have to go and look, but I think Tim had something like this coming out in his next ideology line, and of course I'll have to go check that out if he does. All right, so let's move on to the next one. So the next one that I wanted to decorate, again, kind of with the same theme, are these. And these are going to be in my next kit, which is called the Typesetter. And this is how I printed them. So again, this is just one of the ephemera pieces or pages that's in my kit coming out in March. And then I just printed it on the tracing paper. So I have a couple of them here. Oops. And as you can see, it just prints out really, really nicely. And then when I was playing with it, I noticed that my remnant rips match it really well. So I thought, hey, maybe I can try that. So Robin said maybe the craft colored light packing paper for Tim's stuff. Maybe I don't know, because this is a little bit more substantial. But maybe, I mean, if it can go through your printer, I would say go for it, because this all went through my printer. All right, so let's see what we can get going here. So so I printed it, so I will have my 1/2 inch mark here. See if we can do a better job of this. Well, maybe if I had a flat surface that would help. All right, so let's see. So 1/2 inch, and then this is at 5.5. All right, so let's fold this. Yeah, what I liked about this is the see-through part, and I'm probably going to be experimenting a little bit more with this paper to make maybe some mini envelopes that have windows, especially now that I know parchment paper is very similar. So I cut this out with parchment paper, and this is one of the Tim Holtz dies, and we're going to decorate that too. Hi, Jim. We were looking for you. I almost texted you to find out where you were at. He gets the tardy button today, guys. All right. But that's okay. We're happy you're here. And Pam. Hi, Pam. So you guys missed what I already made. So we're going to do a special share for Jim and Pam. We made these first. And these are just little envelopes. And these are just decorated envelopes. So we made that. And now we're moving on to a sneak peek of my next kit. And the next kit is called the Typesetter. And I printed one of the pages out on tracing paper, and now I'm making envelopes out of them. All right, so I just glued that down, and we're going to trim that. And then I'm going to go ahead and add my creases here. Let's see. Right there. And then right there. All right. Uh-oh, you know what? I didn't trim this first, so now I'm in trouble. All right. See, I got so excited to see Jim and Cordelia here that I wasn't paying attention. All right, so first of all, we need to, we need to trim this a little bit first. So let's take the glasses off. That's what happens, you guys, when you guys come late. All right, so let's see. Thank goodness that glue is forgiving, right? All right. So I'm just trying to pay attention so I don't screw up again. It's hard to see the line too. But you know, it folds over. All right. That was a close one. Okay. Did you stick the tracing paper in the printer by yourself? I did, Melody. I wasn't sure. I wasn't sure if it was going to go through, but it did. I wasn't sure if it was going to clog it up. I did set my setting though. I have a setting on my printer where I can say like the weight of the paper, and that's how I'm able to print different weights of paper. So I put it on the lightest setting, and my printer is pretty heavy duty. The ink for it costs a fortune though. But yeah, so it didn't jam. It wasn't bad at all. I was very pleased. I wasn't sure how successful it would be. Oh no, you cracked one of your switch plates? I'm sure those aren't cheap. I didn't buy a switch, Jim. That's not good. All right, so now that we're back on track, we'll re-glue this. Let's line this up. All right. Hi, Kim. All right, so I think that's pretty good. And then again, my little trick about having paper. So you want to have something substantial under this, because if you try to round the corner by itself, it's too thin. So I found if I put like heavy cardstock underneath, it helps it to cut. Otherwise, I guess it just doesn't have something to grab onto. I'm not really sure, but I found that works best. All right, we'll do it on both sides. Okay. And then this just gets folded over. So the washi tape didn't hold one die in place and it slid on top of the other. Oh gosh, that stinks. Yeah, that's not great. Don't you hate when your supplies get broken? All right, so there is that. And let's see. Not crazy about that corner, so I'm going to re-round it. All right, and there is my envelope. Let's not move this before it's dry though. Yeah, I know, Cordelia, you can, but you know, that's money we could spend on other crafting supplies, right? Who wants to buy what we already had? All right, so I am just creasing this nicely. All right, and there's our envelope, you guys. And now if you have remnant rubs, which you know I do, these match really nicely. So we're gonna just add some remnant rubs here. So let's add, should this go here? Put it at the bottom. And these are just remnant rubs I have on my desk, y'all. Alright, so there's that one. And then, let's see, what else can I use? 4.5. Maybe go here. And because it's black and white, these remnant rubs just match perfectly. So each envelope could be a little different. And then let's see here, what else could we put? But you get the idea, right? I just think it's a great idea. I love playing and experimenting and then finding out, ooh, that is really cool and I like it. That works really, really well. All right. Let's see. I'll just put this one right here. Jim, you're behind on birthday cards? Oh, Pam, you're behind on birthday cards. I know, my husband the other day needed a card, and my cards are very, very unique, I guess. You guys have seen my cards. He's like, don't you just have a plain birthday card? And I'm like, I'm sorry, that's just not in my vocabulary. So I think I might have to make some plain birthday cards. All right, so I think that's good. I don't know if I want to add anything more, but I did want to try my lovely stamps type slide to see if my stamps, how my stamps would work on it. So let's try a stamp. Hopefully it won't ruin it. I have yet to stamp on these yet, but I can't imagine it wouldn't work, right? Oh yeah. I'm like, oh yeah, that sounded funny. I won't say what that sounded like, but I got a little excited when it stamped really nicely. Oh boy. Okay. Let's see. Might want to see. So the ink doesn't go through. That's probably a good idea. Let me see. You know what? It didn't though, Pam. I guess I got lucky, but that's probably a good idea. But yeah, it didn't go through, but that's not a bad idea to put some sort of paper in the inside so it doesn't go through. But this stamped really nicely. And then of course, I'm adding my walnut stain around my edges because that's what I do. And these actually, these envelopes we're making today, you guys, these are the ones I'm going to use for my kids. So you're helping me add to my shop, so I appreciate that. But this needs a little trim. Let's see. All right, that's good. All right. And as I shared with you in the beginning, these are going to be kits in my shop for the people that don't necessarily like to or can actually print out digitals. But yeah, I'm loving it. I'm loving it, especially now that I know I can stamp on it, because I can add to each one and make them a little different. Because at some point, right, my remnant rubs are going to be gone. And as you can see on this one, I used a remnant rub, but I also have the stamp, so I can add the stamp on to some of my other ones. But you bought your walnut stain. Good, Melody. That's my favorite. I use that. This is a staple on my desk. This stays right here. But yeah. So there they are, you guys. So if I'm going to make another one if you guys want to hang out. Or we could, let me think. We could make a card with one of the items in here. But that means I'm going to have to make another kit. Now let's make another envelope. All right. So that was this one. I guess we can make another one, right? And they're all going to be a little different. I mean, this one is number 8. And this one is number 9. Oh, okay. What did I say? Remind me what I just said. No, don't say that, Monica. What I say? Sometimes I'm just talking and I'm not listening to what I'm saying. I don't know. You have to remind me, Kim. All right, so yeah, so all of them are going to be just a little different, right? I mean, the printed ones are going to be pretty much the same. No remnant rubs. I know, but you know what, Kim? Thank you. I stock up on them. For my next class is going to be my vintage map class, and everybody in the class got a set of remnant rubs. So I stock up on them when I can. So you're watching HL Hall YouTube video from an HL. Remind me what HL is. HL. I know. Kim, I try to stock up on them when I can. But yes, I hope at some point I'm going to run out, because I don't hoard them anymore. I use them. But yeah, that would be a tragedy, wouldn't it? Hey, Debbie. So let's go ahead and make another one. Oh, Hobby Lobby. Oh, okay. So watching Hobby Lobby haul YouTube video from Hobby Lobby. Employee, more reductions are coming to the craft aisle. Ooh, I have a Hobby Lobby here. I'm going to have to check that out. All right. So let's go ahead and make another one, because they're fun. All right. So let's see. Timmy stuff? I know. I hope so, huh? Hobby Lobby hasn't been doing a great job in having Tim Holtz stuff on sale. I get the Sunday paper, and I've been watching every Sunday, and I haven't seen his stuff on sale. I still haven't put in my order for my new ideology, Robin. I have it in my cart, but I don't know what I'm gonna get. At first I said to myself, I'm gonna get everything, and then I said, okay, Monica, do you really need everything? And then I said yes, and then I said, really? And I said, well, maybe not. So I had a whole little conversation with myself. So I've decided the way that I shop now for Tim stuff is I try not to impulse buy. So I have the stuff in the cart, but I'm kind of waiting because my Joann store sells Tim stuff, and I get discounts from them as well. So I don't know. I'll have to go back and look at my cart because I know if I want to pre-order and get the 20% off, I need to do that. So Robin, my cart is full. I just haven't pulled the trigger yet. Hey Shay, how's it going? We're making envelopes today. All right, so score. Except for the dies. Yeah, I have a lot of his dies. I like his dies. But you know what? I use his dies for my kits. I mean, you guys remember... You remember... these, right? I mean, these are old dies from Tim Holtz. And I put them in my kits. I'm doing good, Shay. We are having corned beef and cabbage for dinner. So I'm very excited about that. It's in a crock pot. So as soon as I'm done here, I just got to go put the bread in the oven because I already made the dough. I'm making homemade bread. So I'm very excited about it. So I am going to look at your chat comments in just a minute here. It's hard to see that score line. There we go. All right. Let's see if we can do a better job of that score line. It's a little better. And again, if you missed it, if you don't have, I'm using tracing paper that I printed on, and it printed out fabulously on my printer. If you don't have tracing paper, it's kind of the same consistency of your parchment paper that you use in baking. And it makes fabulous envelopes. All right. The die. So you bought the Biggs die, Melody? I think he does have a Biggs die for grocery bags. I don't have it, but I think I recall seeing that in his line. Everything. I know I'm almost a month early, but you know what? We were reading the paper this morning, and my husband and I were talking about what we were going to make for dinner, and it just sounded really good. So we got we got the corned beef and cabbage, and then we also got some stew meat. I think I'm going to make stew as well after the corned beef and cabbage is gone, but that'll feed us for several days, which is nice, right? All gears. Good for you for finding them. They're probably hard to find, I would think. I've had those gears for a long, long time, but dies never go out of, you know, you just keep using them over and over again, which is great. And like I said, I use my dies for my kits and my card classes, which reminds me, my May card class is now open for registration, and this is what we're going to be making in my May card class. So you're going to get everything that you need to make this, and it's just a wall art, or you can, you know, hang it on your counter. I have it in my craft room, but this is what we're going to be making in my next class. So registration is open. It is a kit class, you guys, so you're going to get everything that you need in the kit to make that. So I would love to have you try out one of my classes. And then I'm thinking about having a Christmas card, not a class so much because I'm not going to charge for it, but like maybe in July, have like I don't know, something, maybe a Zoom or something to get us going on our Christmas cards. I think that would be fun, right? It would be a sign up. But would you guys like to do something like that? I mean, it's going to be free. I'm not going to charge for that. But that might be kind of fun, right? Maybe have 2 or 3 hours to get us going on our Christmas cards. Order pizza. Yeah, I'm cooking in the crock pot, so I don't know if that's cheating or not. But yeah, so that's what I was thinking about in July, you guys. So do you think that would be fun to have like a free class setting? And then I'll have some Christmas card designs that we can make together. I think that would be fun. All right, so I'm pretty sure I'm going to do that. So watch for that registration as well. It'll be a class setting, but I'm not going to charge for it. All right. All right, that's pretty good, I think. Let me also, so this is that envelope with parchment paper. How am I with time? A little over an hour. All right. But I cut this out with my Tim Holtz die because I wanted to see how it would be. So let's try that as well. Early Halloween. Yeah. We can maybe do that too. I want to have specific cards that we're going to make. But yeah, so I'll get that going so you guys can sign up for that. I think that will be fun. It's just like a hangout session. You don't have to go on the camera, but I would love it if you would go on the camera with me when we're crafting. But I think I'm going to do that in July. So there's that. And this is, again, this is the parchment paper that I'm trying out. So if you don't have that tracing paper that I was working with, it's kind of, it still has that roll because, it was on the roll, kind of like the tin foil. I just wanted to make a little envelope just to see if that parchment paper would work. All right. You know, these pizza places these days, Shay, you can order spaghetti, you can order a salad, one of those antipasta salads, which are yummy. Those are my favorite. Meatballs, calzones, like I just saw. So yeah, you don't have to order the full pizza. And we already started. The corned beef and cabbage is in the crock pot, so it is on its way. All right, this glue, I'm gonna have to get a new glue bottle. All right, so here is the little envelope with parchment paper. I think it looks pretty close though, don't you think? So this is the parchment paper, and this is the tracing paper. Pretty close. So let's, the thing with this glue is it can get really gummy. And I think that's where I'm at with it right now. Because I get the big bottle and I refill this. So I may have to start out with a new small bottle again. All right. That's pretty good, I think. All right, that's good. Okay, so let's see here. See, it gets a little gummy. Your husband came in talking rude? Well, how dare he, Cordelia? I need a sign on the door for sure. Crafting in progress. All right, so this one, I want to try those stamps again. Let's see. So, workroom, world's finest. Let's do the reserved. How's that? So we did numbers on the last one. And I know Cordelia or somebody said I should put something in the middle. So let's do that. So we're going to put this right like that. So when I'm stamping, if it goes through, it won't stamp to the other side. See, I listen. So reserved will go right there. Oh, I love it. And should I put another big number on this one? Let's see, what else do I have? I want to see how this stamps. So, there we go. Okay. So let's make sure this is lined up. Not bad. That's pretty good, actually. So this was a remnant rub, and this was a stamp. It's not as dark, but I still think it's pretty good. What do you guys think? And then we'll just put a number. Because I like numbers. But I like that I can stamp on it. Put the number right here. Alright, so there is 7. Pretty good. That worked out well. This goes right in the middle. Oh, I think I need something there though. Maybe some little stars or something. I'm using archival. Yep, it's not smearing at all. I've had no problems with this paper at all, Jim. I haven't tried heat embossing it yet though, so maybe that'll be my next test. We'll see. But I like it. And then let's just put a little number. So I like my numbers. Nice. All right. So you see how easy they are? I love it. So these again are going to be little kits. And I've already got 4. I just got to print out my innards. But let's try decorating this and then we'll head out. But yeah, I think they're great. They're a lot of fun. And these are just gorgeous as well. I'm going to make more of these. I think that'll be fun. But let me decorate this little envelope. So the glue, so okay, so this is the parchment paper. I don't know if I didn't put enough glue or if it's the paper, but it did not stick. So we're going to try this again. I need some more glue. Yeah, I cut my hubby's hair too, Debbie. Alright, so this definitely has glue. So let's try this again. I don't know why it didn't stick the first time, but this is the parchment paper. Yeah, I'm finding that out. But let's see if this sticks. Because if it doesn't work with the glue, then we're going to have a hard time substituting the parchment paper for the tracing paper. All right, so we're going to see if that will stick. All right, so let's decorate this. Let's decorate this puppy. So I think, what do I want to do here? Do I want to use remnant rubs? I'm not sure how, we'll try to stamp, but I don't know if I want to do the main stamping because I'm not really sure how that's going to work. So let me figure out how this is going to close. So these are little Tim Holtz envelopes. Using remnant rubs here. And then we'll stamp as well, but I'm not sure how well parchment paper is going to take stamping. I'm going to find out in a minute. See, it's not even sticking. Look at the remnant rubs are not sticking to the parchment paper. But I wonder if that makes sense, right? You use parchment paper so your food doesn't stick. And these are not, that's interesting. So that, okay, so that came right off. These do not stick to parchment paper. So that's good to know. They do stick to my fingers, which I'm trying to save here. Monica. Okay, they stick to my fingers. I guess that would make sense that, okay, so these are stuck to my fingers. Oh, I'm trying to save it. Uh-oh, I didn't save it. Dang it. All right, so we're going to have to use part of that and cover it. So that was a complete fail. I'm going to see. So do not use remnant rubs on your parchment paper because they don't stick. We're going to try to stamp. So this is going to be a test, I guess, y'all. I've got my remnant rubs all over my fingers. Hot glue. Yeah, maybe hot glue. We're going to try stamping. So let's go small. Let's try something small here. Remnant rubs is a fail. Parchment paper is very light. Let's see about stickers. Do I have any stickers here? Looking for a sticker. Let's see. All right, so let's see if maybe a stencil. Yeah, maybe. Hot glue. We're going to try just regular glue first because my hot glue is not plugged in. And then if this sticks to it, then I can add the remnant rub to the ephemera piece. Better for me to fail first so you guys don't waste your supplies. All right, so this is gonna go right here. It fits perfectly. We're gonna see if glue works. So far, the glue seems to be working. Not great though. Interesting. All right, and then we're gonna try to save this. Do not. Boy, I'm having a heck of a time here. Okay, so the other part of the remnant rub ended up on my fingers, but we're gonna just cover it with a piece of ephemera. All right, let's see. And then we're gonna call it a day. Yeah, the back worked, Jim. Let's see. So, I mean, it seems to have worked. So, we'll see. Stamping and remnant rubs did not work on parchment paper. So I added ephemera instead. And now I have to do something to cover up that condemn, because that was where, that's where my where the remnant rim came off on my fingers. Let's see. No. It's Christmas. Oh, what if we put a little paper doll? I got little paper dolls. You know I do. Oh, I know. Y'all, I have new items. Let's see. Hold on. I'm talking in riddles. So I got these new little stickers in the shop, and stickers seem to work, right? So maybe I'll try one of these. Let's see. These are pretty. I'm starting to stock up for fall. And these I just added to the shop. They come in a cute little envelope. Let's see. Look, aren't these cool? Look at. She's a little bit too tall for this, but I think they'll be good for my my specimen envelopes. But aren't those cute? It'll be really cute for fall. And then I got these little girls. Aren't they cute? But I think I'm going to use the black and the white for this. Alright, so let's see what I got here. Oh, these might be too tall too. Yeah, so we may have to use a paper doll. If I have a small enough paper doll, that is. See, he's too big. Oh, that would work. Okay. My nose is running. He's too big. We'll do that. So I think glue works on the parchment paper. Remnant rubs definitely do not. So, and then the glue, I'm gonna try hot glue also to see if that works better than the regular glue. Condemned, handle with care. Why not, right? I'm gonna just stick this handle with care underneath. There. That's cute. So I'm definitely going to play some more with these parchment envelopes. Let me see. Let me see if it's still stuck together. See, not fantastic. I'm going to have to try hot glue. But at least we know that parchment paper is good for non-stick. I mean, maybe it just needs a little bit more time to dry. We're going to give it a little bit more time. We haven't given up yet. But I think the key is going to be adding ephemera, because that seems to help it. Ephemera is paper, and that seems to be working a little better than parchment on parchment. So let's see if this will help it. We'll see. The jury's still out. Yeah, I'm going to try all that. Pam, I like your idea about sanding it. I will try that. I'm still going to play with the parchment a little bit because I like the idea of it being kind of glassine a little bit. And it is similar to my tracing paper. I mean, this is the tracing paper that I've been working with, and this is the parchment. So more to come on that. I'm going to keep trying and see if I can get it to work, because I like the idea of the little envelope. We'll see. All right, guys, so that's all I have today. I hope you had fun creating envelopes with me. Be watching for these in the shop, because they will be coming soon. And then, like I said, I am working on my kit for March, which is going to be called the Typesetter. And I am also making some physical kits. 2 of them are in the shop now, so if you want to get ahead of the game, 2 of these are in the shop now, and I will have more. But that's all I have for y'all today. I hope you had fun hanging out with me. As always, I love hanging out with you, and we shall see you again next week, if not sooner. All right, we'll see you later. I'm going to go enjoy my corned beef and